South Africa to have a health ombudsperson and land reform in the spotlight at Social Cohesion Conference. Good evening, I'm Greg Hers. South Africa will soon have a health ombudsperson who will protect the interests of the public in the health sector. This has been revealed by the Health Minister Aaron Motsoaledi at the South African Medical Association Conference in Kempton Park on Gauteng's East Rand. The Minister says the poor treatment of patients in the health sector can't be tolerated anymore.
In health, we need a public protector type of a person who must protect the public. This can no longer be the manner in which our people experience the healthcare system. We want to establish an office of an ombudsperson where people can go and lodge a complaint. The ombudsperson will investigate the institution because the healthcare profession and the nursing council are investigating individuals, not institutions.
The willing buyer, willing seller approach is said to be failing when it comes to addressing land reform. This is one of the key points to come out of a commission at the Social Cohesion Conference in Kliptown, Soweto. Today, the conference split up into various commissions to discuss issues which are blocking or could assist social cohesion. In the Spatial Divisions Commission, issues of land reform were discussed. Rochelle Seaton-Rogers reports.
Participants on the commission spoke about how land reform needs to be sped up and that the current approach by government of willing buyer, willing seller is failing the transformation agenda. Rural communities feel that they don't have access to land or finance to attain land, and that when land claims were made, they weren't getting the money they were promised. The Commission agreed that a land audit needs to be conducted to assess who actually owns the land and who should be owning the land. Recently, the ANC Youth League said it would resort to land grabs without compensation if the issue of land reform was not sped up. Rochelle Seaton-Rogers, SABC News, Kliptown.
A man has handed himself over to the police in Soweto for allegedly stabbing a nurse at Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital last month. The nurse was stabbed 10 times in one of the hospital wards. She was taken to the Mill Park Hospital where she's still in a critical condition. The man's expected to appear in the Protea Magistrates Court tomorrow on a charge of attempted murder. Police spokesperson Kay Makubela.
He's alleging that the nurse who was stabbed in the hospital, he was in love with her, and he's alleging also that he was involved with another man. So that made him angry. That's why he traced them how they get into the hospital, and he get in with them while they were driving. He hid himself until she went into the white where he stabbed her.
The public protector, Thuli Madonsela, says her investigation into bribery allegations against Deputy President Kgalema Motlante's partner, Gugu Mtshali, is nearing completion. She's denied accusations that she's delayed the probe. The Deputy President asked Madonsela to probe allegations of corruption labelled against his partner, which were published in a Sunday newspaper. Mtshali was accused of soliciting a 104 million rand bribe to obtain government support. Madonsela says her investigation is still underway and a provisional report will be tabled soon.
The investigation into the conduct within the office of the Deputy President is proceeding. It has not yet been concluded. The idea at that stage was to look at whether there was a need to do a full investigation. But as we investigated, it became clear that we needed to dig a little bit deeper. And so we did conduct an investigation. We've done all the interviews. We got all of the paperwork that we needed to do. We are now busy with the provisional report.
Central banks in Europe and China have taken action to try and stimulate their economies. The European Central Bank has cut its main interest rate to a record low of 0.75%. The top story at 6 o'clock. South Africa will soon have a health ombudsperson who